Alright, welcome to our latest video. In this video I'm going to go through how to set up your cups that you're going to be moving your seeds into once they germinate. My seeds took about 4 days to germinate, so depending on where you're at, you might be ready to go. The first thing you're going to need is a cup, obviously, so get a cup for your tomato seeds, and if you have pepper seeds, get a second cup. We're not going to mix the seeds. We're going to keep peppers in one cup and tomatoes in a separate cup. So get the seeds that you need depending on what you've planted already. Now, as you see in the video here, you're going to get your name, put it on a piece of tape, and stick it to the cup that you're going to use so that we can identify whose seeds are whose. And then the second thing you're going to do is put what you are going to be putting in that cup. Now, one thing we're going to do here that is a little different from the other videos you've watched is you're going to be putting more than one seed in each cup. Okay, if you got 2 seeds, no problem, just don't put them right next to one another. 3, you can probably squeeze it in. I wouldn't go more than 3 in one cup though. So if you have more than 3 seeds, 3 tomato seeds, use more than 1 cup. Same thing with the pepper seeds too. Alright, so I have my cup with my name and what's going to go in it. I'm ready to go. Okay, so next up you're going to be putting some soil into your cup so that we can plant our seeds. Now, it's easiest if you pre-moisten the soil like I've done here. The goal is to have soil that's kind of like, they call it brownie mix. So it's like a little moist, sticking together, not so moist that it's muddy. And you know, I could probably add a little more water to this. That would probably be good. But just to get started, this will be fine. So as you can see, I'm just using a spoon here to put the soil into the cup. I'm not going to fill the cup all the way up to the top. We don't need that much. That makes the cups a little top heavy. Sometimes they'll fall over. So go about 2/3 of the way up. That'll give us plenty of soil for your plants. Okay. Spread it around. Don't pack it down in there tightly. You don't want the soil to be pushed down real hard because you want to have your plants be able to root in the soil pretty easily. And if you have the soil tightly packed, that makes it harder for the root to grow out. Remember, this is a very small seed, so it needs room to grow. So we're good here. Okay, so now we're ready to get our seeds out of the bag. I'm going to carefully open up my bag, pull out the paper towel gently so that my seeds don't fall off. Save the paper, save the plastic bag because you're going to use that in a minute or two, so don't throw it away. Now I'm going to carefully open up my paper towel here and check my seeds. And mine are just starting to germinate. It's going to be hard to see. I'll probably show you here on the camera in a second. I have a very small root coming out of each seed. To get them off the paper towel and into the soil, I'm going to use a toothpick. And you can just see a little bit of the root starting to grow there. It's not getting in focus, but trust me, there is a little piece of root there. You can kind of see it. And that is going to go into the soil. I'm going to find a crevice and try to get the root so that it's facing downward. It doesn't have to be perfectly positioned. The plant will sense which direction is down, and it will start to grow downward even if you don't get it in there perfect. And I'm going to make a hole for my next seed. I'm only going to put 2 seeds in this one, and I'm just going to repeat the procedure for the second seed. I could probably wait a little longer before putting these seeds, but the point of this video is to show you how you should be setting yours up. So mix the dirt around a little bit so the seeds are covered, but again, don't pack. And there we go. My 2 seeds are ready to go. Labeled. We're all set. Okay. I mentioned a moment ago not to throw out that plastic bag. So next up is what you're going to do with that. Okay, you're done with the paper towel, so that you can put in the trash. We're done with that. But the paper or the plastic bag, what you're going to do with that is now you're going to put your cup inside that plastic bag and, if possible, seal it up. That way it'll keep the soil from drying out, and it'll save you a little time on watering. So just like I'm doing here, carefully put your cup inside the plastic bag. Try to close it up if you can. If you can't seal it, no problem. But now you have a little mini greenhouse to protect your seed. Seal it up, and you won't have to water very frequently. Okay, now that you're at this point, what you're going to do next is, if you have more seeds that are ready to be planted, that's the next thing you do. So if you have peppers or more tomato seeds to plant, do that next if you have time. When you're done today, put your cup or cups back on the table by the window, and be sure to clean up your work area. Very important to clean up after yourself. If you need to sweep up any soil or any potting soil, there's a dustpan that you can use, but make sure you clean up all of your materials. Paper goes in the trash, and so does any leftover debris. Finally, the last thing you're going to want to do is update your journal. Say what you did today, write down today's date, which is probably different from the one I have here, and just note what you did. If your seeds weren't ready, then say so. You don't have to plant today if they're not ready. You shouldn't do it until they're ready. But if you did plant something, say what you planted, say the number and the type of seeds that were planted. So in my case, I'm writing down that I planted 2 tomato seedlings in moistened potting soil, and then I put it in a labeled paper cup. I'm also noting that I put a plastic bag around it to prevent moisture loss. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, come see me.